away, but I'm like, you know what? Patience. Yep. Sounds good.
Hey, how are you? Well, what's going on?
Maria?
They probably called to you, I'm guessing. Sorry, I'm just upset because I'm frustrated. So I own this house. I rented it out to one of my friends. She never signed the lease, so I was like, whatever. I'm a realtor, so I know how it works. And I just didn't have her sign it because I was like, you know, she's my friend. Yeah.
Right.
So her and her boyfriend were living here, which I never agreed to him moving in, but I just let it slide, whatever. So they had broke up last week. She came up to me and said, I can't afford the rent anymore. Do you think you could lower it? So I lowered it $400. I then was like...
It's a substantial lower.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was my landlord.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, she has a lash room, which is my guest room. She has a bedroom. She has her own bathroom. So, whatever. So then, she had told me that she's going to continue to look for apartments, whatever. So I was like, okay, just please keep me updated because I'm either going to have to pay double or find someone else to continue to move.
Right.
So I was away this weekend, and I was like, hey, any updates, whatever? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm actually going to leave before November. So I'm like, okay, that's 2 weeks for me to find someone. Like, shit, I gotta find someone.
Right.
So luckily I found someone. They said they move in for the full rent on November 1st. And then I had told her that. You know how that works. And I'm like, I was like, listen, and I was like, listen, I will let you stay, but I need the full rent because I already have someone else who's going to do it. So she lost her mind on me. I tried to have a conversation with her multiple times. I got home at 5 a.m. Her boyfriend's now here. So this morning I asked him to leave. They haven't left since 9 a.m. I've been here. Obviously, they are both my friends. I don't obviously did not let
Yeah, absolutely. You're not trying to let it get too personal.
How long have you been here?
Since April. And that's fine. I mean, I tried to have a conversation. She just screamed in my face. So, and her dad just called me.
Let's go talk to her for a minute. Oh, we will, and then we'll come back to her. Hold on. How y'all doing? So what's the issue?
I called I think it was like not even 10 minutes ago. She was supposed to call him, I think around like 10:30. I was still sleeping. I had blocked her on everything because this happened 2 days ago where she just let off on a trip to the mountains. I think it was for 4 or 6 days. And right before she left, I was talking with her in the room and I was like, hey, like this is my first rent that I'm going to have to pay by myself. And what's it called? The deal was that I paid for the 2 rooms and the 1 bathroom right in between, $1,100. At first, she made a contract that I don't know if I showed you, but it is in my emails of the first before. I don't know if it was like right before or when I was my first week here. She was like, hey, we should sign this and stuff. The rent's going to be $10,000 or whatever. And then,
How much?
or $1,000.
Oh,
sorry.
God. I was like, whoa, what?
Sorry, $1,000. And then he actually, that same week, I was like, you know what, I basically stay with he sleeps with me every single day, so I would think it's more fair if, you know, like, it's fully, like, we're splitting the rent, you know, me and him, in the room, and she was okay with that because we're all friends with her.
Did she live here too, or just y'all?
Yeah, no, this is her house.
Okay.
This is her house. She actually is a realtor, so she bought this house to live in with her ex, and that they were supposed to split the mortgage, but then they ended up having, like, a breakup, so she was like, hey, I'm renting out the other room. Sure. It was supposed to be me and another girl, but you see the other room that's next to it's really tiny. It's kind of just like a closet.
Sure.
Okay, so 6 days ago I sat her down and I was like, hey friend, like I'm just letting you know, like that other room that was supposed to be mine for my clothes, like all your stuff is in the closet, and it's her desk there. It's her office room now, which is fine. Her dad came down and she was like, do you mind if I put the desk? And me trying to be a friend, I'm like, yeah, of course, if you can, you know, she's a realtor, so I'm like, if you need time to make calls and you want me, like, that's not a problem at all. Like, it's not like I use the room to live there. I just put my stuff there. So she said okay. She put the desk here, and when we were talking, when I brought that up, I was like, you know, it's basically your room. So if you feel more comfortable with me paying less than $1,100 for that room that basically you're using, I'll get all my little stuff out there that most of it is yours, and I'll put it in my room. And she was like, no, you don't have to do that. By the time we know this time, we're still like best friends. And she's like, no, we don't. You don't have to do that.
Don't say friends. How long have you been friends?
We've been friends for 7 months. We've actually known each other for maybe like a year because we lived at the same place, but we weren't like close where we just now 6 months ago started hanging out, being, you know. But like before that, we were just work buddies. You know, our whole friend group is kind of just like work buddies because we all work that way because we're all bartenders there. So that talk, I was like, hey, like I just don't think it's enough. And she was like, I completely get that or whatever. She was like, you can pay. I asked for $750. She said, is it okay $800? And we agreed. And we obviously had the messages, the whole thing.
Right.
And she was like, all right, you can pay $800. While she was there, she called me and she was like, hey, when do you think you'll be out? And I said, I'm going to try to have a place by November. Like, you know, me thinking that, you know, obviously this is my best friend, so me thinking that I can maybe be out by November 15th. Like, she's a realtor too, so she knows that also.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
She's a realtor, so what I'm saying is that she knows that it takes more than 10 days to find an apartment, you know?
Absolutely.
So that's why when it was me being like, I'll move out by November, I've never, and we can go through the messages, it was never me saying I will be out by November 1st. Before this, I was living with my parents. You know, this is my like first time moving out by myself, having think like I've never.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, and then it was this situation, and you know, it was me trying to be a grown up and move out, but it was always her house. She could tell you that I always respected this was her house. Anybody that came in here, I said, this is Quinn's house, and I'm renting out that room. Because it is. I'm 23 years old. Exactly. Yes, there was a contract made, but it did not get signed because the new rule that he was staying here.
There's no sign.
No, and she also raised another $100.
How long you been here? How long you been here?
4 or 5 months.
How long you been here?
5 months.
So
we moved
He's
in together.
the same time, yeah. Just the first week is when that happened. That's why that contract didn't get signed.
So, what makes you? What's gonna make you happy in this situation?
So the thing is, we're trying to leave. We're trying to get out of here about the 1st. So she's telling us that we need to get all of our stuff out and go. She's changing the locks right. Yeah, right now. Yeah. She's telling us she's changing the locks right now, and we'll have to set up a time where we can get our stuff. Like, I got a $700 TV in there. You know, like I got.
And all of my clothes.
You have no place to go right now, right?
No. But that is the thing that I was like trying to tell her. I was like, I'd never like, can I please stay here and live in this awkward ass place? Like, you know, like just imagine you having a best friend in this
to the November 1st, because you know, we paid the rent. I got the receipt. Me sending her the cash.
Go back inside and stay in your place, and I'll tell her what the laws are.
Right.
Thank you.
Aware.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Just.
This is all we needed. This is all because we didn't want. She was saying that she's gonna call people and
that's the other thing we weren't talking about it because
you guys are trying to go out peacefully and find it, and I get that. We'll explain to her. Look, if by the 1st, if she's cool with that, y'all ride it out, do your thing, just do your best as soon as possible.
That's what it is. We're trying to stay in your room, but then also I didn't know how to go about it because she was like, since you don't have a conversation, the locksmith is right now, and I'm like, I need, I just need to get my stuff out. It's 10 days. You know, I will be out by the 1st, I'll bring stuff up, but that is what, you know, before me and her fighting, I just was like, let me talk up so she knows
keep it peaceful so that way no animosity happens here and it becomes, you know, a hostile environment. And that's the last thing you want. I can see that from you guys. So,
100%.
So hopefully with him explaining that to her, you guys can do your thing, alright? I would just, like I said, recommend expediting it as soon as possible. I know it's a pain to find an apartment, but
100%.
No matter what, like I'd rather ask for help than be here any longer than this person. Like, I know that's not an option, and we're both very aware of that. We just want to make sure that we're not like, hey, are you here? Like that. She works 9 to 5. She's always working, so I can't depend on her time to move out in 10 days just because it's such
especially with the locks changing.
Yeah, it's my first time moving out, and I really just don't know.
Yeah, she can't do that though. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Y'all have a blessed day.
When is rent due? Well, hopefully we'll be out by then and I'll pay rent.
So how long does an eviction take?
Best case scenario, 21 days.
Okay.
That's not
It could
missing.
take a while. It seems like they are trying to make moves.
Okay, he has been to jail. He's not going to get she doesn't have a job. She's not going to get an apartment, so that's my problem.
So the next time you rent, after this is over,
I didn't know.
do a background test.
No, I'm living alone forever.
Good for you.
After that, but
lesson learned.
no, it's just obviously I just know they're not going to get an apartment, so I'm like they're going to stay here.
Go and start the eviction process.
Yeah, I would start that immediately, just in case. It seems like they're trying to do it, but
you never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes rent here is way more expensive than you think, and they might not be able to get out. I don't know what they do for a living, but rent's expensive, so they ain't gonna get out at all.
No, that's what I'm saying, and I gave them a
Big
deal.
But just
try to stay apart in the house. Obviously, we don't want kind of disturbance to happen.
So we don't be keep getting called out here.
She might get out. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, you might be out. I don't know. Just try your best to get along until the process is over.
Okay. So do I just go to the police station to do that?
Courthouse.
Okay.
So I'll go and just say, ask them to file eviction. That's normally all that's through the sheriff's office. I'll come out here and serve them and all that. But there's a process you have to go by. it's much rigmarole, and I think it costs you a fee as well.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Take
Sorry.
care. Sorry.
No problem. Under contact, video being terminated.